If I could go back in time and talk to my 18-year-old self, I would not talk about motivation. I would not talk about working harder. And honestly, I wouldn't even talk about school. I would talk about money. Because nobody teaches you how money actually works. School teaches you how to memorize. The internet teaches you how to compare yourself to others. And social media teaches you how to look rich before becoming rich. But almost nobody teaches you the rules that actually change your financial life. And the scary part is, most people spend years making the same mistakes over and over again without even realizing it. They think they're unlucky, but in reality, they're simply following bad money rules. So in this video, I'm going to share the 7 money rules I truly wish I knew at 18. These are the exact lessons that change the way I think about money, work, success, and freedom. And trust me, if you understand these rules early, your future can look completely different. So let's start with the first rule. One of the biggest lies I believed when I was younger was that being busy automatically meant I was moving forward. I thought, if I stay busy all day, I must be productive. But that's not true. A lot of people are busy doing things that never change their lives. Scrolling, watching random videos, arguing online, doing work they hate, overthinking, starting things and quitting them. That's not progress. That's motion without direction. And this is dangerous because it feels productive. You feel tired at the end of the day, but your life stays exactly the same. Rich people understand something important. Not all work has equal value. 1 hour learning a valuable skill can change your future. 1 hour wasting attention changes nothing. At 18, I wish I understood the importance of leverage, because the internet rewards leverage now. One video can reach millions. One skill can make money for years. One business can work while you sleep. But most people still think like employees. They trade time for money forever. And look, there's nothing wrong with jobs. But if your income only exists when you work, you are always vulnerable. That's why learning skills matter so much. Editing, writing, sales, content creation, design, marketing. These skills can literally change your entire financial future. And the earlier you learn them, the better. This rule hurts, but it's true. At some point, you realize nobody is coming. Nobody is going to magically fix your life. Nobody is going to suddenly make you disciplined. Nobody is going to hand you success. And honestly, this realization is painful at first. But later, it becomes powerful. Because once you stop waiting for rescue, you finally take control. A lot of people stay stuck because they keep waiting. Waiting for motivation, waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for support, waiting for confidence. Meanwhile, years pass, and nothing changes. I used to think successful people had some secret advantage, but many of them simply started before they felt ready. That's it. They took action while confused. Action creates clarity, not overthinking. You do not need the perfect setup to begin. You need movement. The internet now gives people opportunities previous generations never had. You can literally learn almost anything online for free. You can build an audience from your room. You can sell skills from a laptop. You can create content with a phone. But most people never try seriously. Because trying seriously is uncomfortable. And comfort is expensive. Very expensive. The price of comfort is usually regret later. That's why one of the biggest money rules is take responsibility for your future early. The moment you do that, everything changes.
This one is massive, and people underestimate it completely. Your environment controls more of your life than you think. If everyone around you wastes money, avoids growth, complains constantly, laughs at ambition, eventually that mindset affects you too. Because humans adapt. You slowly become similar to the people around you. That's why some people stay broke for years without understanding why. Their environment normalizes bad habits. Now, listen carefully. You do not need rich friends. You need growth-minded friends. There's a huge difference. You need people who want more from life, improve themselves, talk about ideas, take action, push forward. Because energy spreads. Mindsets spread. Habits spread. At 18, I wish I understood how important it was to protect my focus. Because some people will drain your ambition. They'll call your goals unrealistic. Then, years later, they'll wonder why your life changed and theirs didn't. Choose your environment carefully. It matters more than most people realize. This is one of the biggest traps today. Social media made people obsessed with looking successful, not becoming successful. People buy expensive shoes, phones they can't afford, designer clothes, flashy things, just to impress people who don't actually care. And meanwhile, their bank account stays empty. Real wealth is quiet. Fake wealth is loud. Rich people buy assets. Poor people buy liabilities trying to look rich. That sentence alone can change your financial life. Because every dollar you spend is a vote. You're voting for pleasure now or freedom later. And freedom always requires sacrifice first. At 18, I wish I understood delayed gratification. Because most success comes from doing difficult things consistently before results appear. Saving money matters. Investing matters. Learning skills matters. But people avoid these because results are slow. Meanwhile, buying useless things gives instant dopamine. And dopamine is addictive. That's why discipline becomes a superpower. If you can control impulses, you already have an advantage over most people.
This is one of the biggest shifts happening right now. The internet changed everything. Attention became one of the most valuable assets in the world. Companies fight for attention. Creators build businesses from attention. Brands become massive through attention. And people who understand this early win big. At 18, I thought making money was only about working harder. But today, attention can create opportunities faster than ever before. One viral video can change your life. One audience can become a business. One skill online can create income globally. That's why learning content creation is powerful, even if you never become famous. Because content teaches communication, storytelling, persuasion, marketing, and these skills make money forever. Most people consume endlessly. Few people create. Creators build leverage. Consumers stay distracted. And I'm not saying everyone needs to become YouTubers, but understanding attention is critical now. Because if you can capture attention ethically, you can build almost anything. People think success comes from giant moments. Usually it doesn't. It comes from repeated habits. Tiny actions repeated for years become massive results. That's why habits matter more than motivation. motivation disappears constantly. Habits remain. If your daily habits are bad, your future becomes predictable. And honestly, this realization changed my life because I stopped asking, how do I get rich fast? And started asking, what daily habits create successful people? Successful people usually read more, learn consistently, manage time better, avoid distractions, improve skills, think long-term. Small habits, massive long-term impact. And the opposite is true too. Small bad habits destroy futures slowly, not instantly. That's why many people don't notice the damage until years later. So if I could go back to 18, I would focus heavily on building systems, not relying on feelings, because feelings change every day. Systems survive bad days.
This is probably the most important rule. And unfortunately, most people understand it too late. Money lost can return. Time never returns. That's why wasting years is dangerous, especially young years. Your early years have insane potential because you have energy, fewer responsibilities, more time to experiment, more freedom to fail. But many people waste these years completely distracted. Then, suddenly, they're older and full of regret. At 18, you should not obsess over perfection. You should obsess over momentum. Try things, build skills, fail faster, learn faster. Because your future is being shaped right now, not someday, today. And honestly, the people who win long-term usually aren't the smartest. They simply stayed consistent longer than everyone else. That's it. Consistency looks boring, but boring consistency creates extraordinary lives.
So those were the 7 money rules I truly wish I knew at 18. And if there's one thing I hope you remember from this video, it's this. Your financial future is not decided overnight. It's decided by small choices repeated consistently. Every day, you either move closer to freedom or move further away from it. And the scary part is, most people never notice the direction they're heading until years pass. So start now, even if you feel behind, even if you feel confused, even if you only improve 1% at a time, because small progress compounds. And one day, you look back and realize your entire life changed. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more videos about money, self-improvement, escaping poverty, and building freedom online. And remember, the earlier you learn these rules, the easier life becomes later.